Hello gamers and welcome back to Let's Play Ash of Gods, day 42. Well, with one group we've already reached Opacum, but with Thor and Brennan we are still down here. And there's some things we need to do first. And that is squad management. We need to heal the party for 15 Strixes. At least once. We can't really heal them more often. We've just got enough to field one group. Let's do the level ups. Well, Gleda, what could she get? Increased attack maybe? She is level 9. Or increased damage. Attack deals 16 damage. One more damage or energy. This one requires health and has quite a cooldown. I can reduce the cooldown. It's kind of a suicide attack at the end. I won't be really able to use it more than once, I guess, considering the health points. I might just increase the health for now. And with Krieger, I will have him walk more because otherwise I can't use him anyway. Now Helm with his hammer. Armor crack. Deals 11 damage and reduces defense by 10. That would reduce the damage even, defense even further. Let's do that. Let's specialize on that. Okay, that's about it. I am wondering if I should heal them once more. This one gives energy. Let's give it to Gleda. Cursed Ruben gives attack. Let's give it to Flit. While resting, heals 2 levels of injury per day. Or let's give that to Gleda actually. And also that. Now, heal us back please, and many a shard. Bear Totem gives energy, that could be good for him. Attack and energy, let's give that to Flit. And some energy for Brad. And that's it. Let's heal once more. Which also means Gleda is now fully healed. Should have used that before, I think it was not used. Now it looks decent, but we will need to get some Strixes. Let's talk to Gleda. You approach your daughter, she clenches her teeth. The tears flow uncontrollably and you feel the horror that settled in her eyes, mixed with adamancy and strength. Tell me something about my brother, now that he's dead, something I don't know. I missed his infancy. Licky said he looked like his grandfather. He always said he'll do as he please. Let's say this one. Mom said that, in terms of character, he was the spitting image of Stakadvichti. Prideful, unyielding, ambitious, and honest. Yes, your grandfather is like that. However, fate spares no one. I don't know if he'll get over his grandson's death. Now you're the most important thing, Gleda. Just don't ask me to stay safe. Meg would have laughed at such a request. I won't, but I think you know what's on my mind. There are only 2 of us left. Let's also talk to Brad. Do you think he's the one who was your benefactor? Maybe, it's even my father. My mother told me never to bring him up. Even his name could put me in danger. That's why I know nothing about him. Even if he wasn't dead before, he probably is now. What's in the bundle? Dunno, something heavy. Either stone or iron. Feels like a knife. Yeah, what piques my curiosity is who's after the thing more than what's inside. Did you open the locket? No, don't want to. What if I cross paths with a mind-reading menace? I can't get manipulated if I don't know what's inside. Even a month ago, I'd have laughed in your face, but now I'm inclined to agree. This Druid was too quick. He saved your life, Thorn. Glader's life, at least. You can't deflect a speeding bolt with a sword. Not even icons can do that. That leaves us to ponder who this Druid even was. Alright, not tormenting you any longer, Brett. You're not tormenting me, Captain. I'm tormenting myself, and the reaping torments are all of us. As does the unspoken will leading us throughout Berkana. You felt that, didn't you? The end is nigh. Soon we will uncover the truth. Okay, let's continue our journey. Let's take Eagle Ravine. Eagles and Snakes, Cursed Ravine, Abandoned Road, Powerful Sorcerer, no thank you. And I think it's a slightly shorter way, and then we can take the border road potentially. Holt suddenly appears on the road. Hot damn, he shouts, arms flailing. Thought I wouldn't catch up to you. Lon from Frigga wasn't lying. You're really here. And I've got an official pardon, stamped as required. You are in no laughing mood, but you can't help but smile when you see Holt hugging all his friends. He winks at Gleda and bows before you. For a moment it feels like all the recent tragedy was only a dream, and that you've only just left Albius. Glad to see you're in good health, Prince. It's about time we had some respite. What's that where you're saying about the free pardon? I'm leading these men to Opacum, you know? Here it is. You're still under investigation, Thorn. Something's not quite right about what happened to Stein and Albius. Everyone else was pardoned, no questions asked. You have nothing to worry about. We had no other choice. That settles it. Be careful, Holt, alright? At least until you make it to Opacum. The king's favor is like a spring wildflower. One day it blooms, but when it starts to get chilly again, it's nowhere to be found. I won't be throwing myself onto the blades and arrows, but I won't be hiding behind anyone's back either. What are you worried about anyway? You're leading your squad to Opacum and my father's in Hyborg. You're oddly well after such a serious injury. Why are you alone? Where's your escort? Yeah, they wouldn't let me go, with or without a squad, so I ran away again. They've probably organized a search by now. Not this, please. I wonder what kind of king you make, as headstrong as you are. Any news from Berkana? Loyalty decreased. What news is there? Just the reaping and war. Frigga is to be abandoned. Our scouts have spotted Frisian legions in the Vale of Mercy, preparing to attack Opacum. We have to hurry. And now that my grandfather is dead, my father is Jirana's king. You are a crown prince, your highness. We are just your simple escorts, wandering through a forest full of cutthroats and demons. I'd even be less worried escorting a wagon full of gold. You're oddly well after such an injury. Some sorcery played a part. First, Philia used a healing spell on me, also I'm told. Then some mage or scribe brought me to my senses. I paid a very steep price though. My nanny gave her life for me, yeah. And I can recall that we rescued him with the other guy who's still alive. I'm sorry to hear that. At least it seems you are holding up. Your hands aren't shaking. There's color in your face. You'll be carefully looked after now. Okay, let's be on our way. Let's go then. I've no intention of becoming your group's new leader, Thorn. Just think of me as a common soldier. Such common soldiers usually come at a steep price, Holt. Still, I'm happy to see you. You're a skilled knife thrower, aren't you? Do that and don't get into close quarters combat. You don't want Gleda to be orphaned, do you? Why would she be orphaned if... Ah yeah, because then he would be killed because the prince dies. Having made your way to the end of the ravine, you see the old Gabonin Road. The area is a quarter league wide and a crowd of people stretches all the way to Fandel Forest. Vandals, Gals, soldiers, bandits, vagabonds, all of them are venturing toward Frigga. Their horses' bridles clink in chorus with their weapons and armor. This deluge of people is unending. Everyone walks with their own heads down, as if they are sleeping. No military governors or sergeants are in sight. No songs or arguing can be heard. You have to stop your squad and hide to avoid being noticed. You order everyone to fall back. Your squad conceals themselves in the bushes, but you keep your eyes on the road. It's apparent that the people on the highway have all been bewitched by a spell. They all hang their heads in silence, uttering not a single word. Dad, grab a Strix, says Glida. It'll make things much easier, I promise. Just don't let the enchanter see you. It looks like they are all being led to Berkana, all of them. What sorcery, horrible, vile sorcery. You wait for the torrent of husks to thin out, but the end is nowhere in sight. You curse in frustration. At this rate, we'll lose a whole day here, and the Frisians are closing in on Opacum. Gleda gnashes her teeth in frustration. I'd rather lose a day than my life. Here it is, that Reaper, the one who killed Mom. You gods. It seems enormous, even from this far away. Hope it doesn't notice us. Yeah, there's the baddie. The monster's grey skin absorbs the sunlight, its greasy hair cascading down its shoulders like black snakes. It scans everyone nearby with an empty gaze, foggy, almost apathetic. To him, they are nothing more than cattle, ready to be butchered. It takes some effort to avert your eyes. The Reaper rides past you. Only a quarter league separates you from the cawless murderer. The terrifying horse snorts disconcertingly, but then the Reaper disappears behind the cliffs. Its enchanted army endlessly marches on. You just have to wait for the congregation to thin out. Yeah, we lose one day, and lots of Strixes. And how do we get to Opacum fastest? I think Baron, Watermania, Derelict Prison, or Pilgrim's Path, like with the other group. Here we shall definitely take the Borders Road. Border Road, rather. And I hope there's a shop still open. These places seem to be totally controlled by the Frisian army. You come across a squad of the Northerners and must decide whether to fight them or hide and wait. Let's hide from the enemy. The Frisians notice you and start shooting. After running and dodging through the wide terrain for an entire day, you lose your pursuers. Okay, that costs lots of... It was the wrong decision. Because now everyone is... Okay. We definitely need some Strixes. A roadside inn comes into view. Music and cooking smells emanate from within. The place seems overcrowded, but you stop. Your company desperately needs rest. Let's give them a real treat. You listen until the bard finishes the ballad. Then you demand the best food, drinks and accommodations and pay on the spot. The innkeeper responds with a broad smile and runs off to fulfill your orders. You decide to have a good rest now, because it'll be the last for a while. You finish your dinner, and before you can rise from the table, an inebriated fat man lashes out at the bard. He claims that the bard has butchered and distorted a famous saga about a banner. The other guests try to reason with the drunk. If the song is good, they say it's worth listening to. Suddenly, the inebriate pulls a dagger. Let's stun him. You approach the drunk brawler from behind and hit his head with a stool. He falls like a tree. You make sure that he's still alive and returns to your seat. The regulars watch you in awe as the servants tie in the unconscious man with rope and drag him away. The innkeeper offers free accommodations and drinks as thanks for preventing bloodshed. It would be stupid to turn down such a generous offer, and so you agree to get a refund for what you've already paid. It's a dream come true. The bard is very grateful. As thanks for saving his life, he plays the lute for you all evening. The innkeeper generously treats you to food and drink, and the regulars toast your brave deeds. After a good night's sleep, you continue your journey. The small feast has done much to lift your company's spirit. Just doesn't help me without Strixes. Now people are going to die. Yeah, there we go. Through anxious and unusually talkative these past few days, Krieger falls silent, grinding his teeth and rubbing his watering eyes. Clasping his neck, he falls from his horse, catching a foot in the stirrup. Krieger was clearly dead by the time you leaped from your horse and lowered him to the ground. There's a mark on his neck, as if from a fiery noose. The plague has taken your old comrade, yet you did not hear a single word of complaint from him. Your companions look up to you as if you could resurrect the captain of the Albius Guard. Are they waiting for orders? One thing is clear. Had Krieger fallen in battle, they would not be so stricken with defeat. You take Krieger's insignia, hoping to pass it to his relatives if they survive the plague. You fell as a soldier, Krieger, even without a sword in your hand, you say, closing your fallen comrade's eyes. You've suffered the reaping because you believed it more important to protect others. Your companions do not understand how you could condemn one who considered you a friend. Krieger knew what a soldier's life was. Think of how he took my decision, you say with a crooked smirk. He knew he'd get no strixes, just clenched his jaws and nodded. It's not like I had a choice, seriously. You steal a final glance at Krieger's resting place. Farewell, Krieger. No matter what kind of person you were the most loyal companion I've ever had. Fantastic. Really good. It's going so well. This lake in the heart of the Vandal Forest is well known, but nobody knows why the ruins of the little island in its center are called the Temple of the Water Menhir. There are plenty of rocks jutting out from the surface, but no one of them looks like a menhir. These lands have become home for bandits, but there hadn't been many pilgrims here even in safer days. Cleda leaps off her horse, grabs the reins and walks beside you. She stares into the lake as if considering a swim. I could dive if it isn't too deep. Could the menhir be somewhere at the bottom? On the middle of the bridge, where the water is streaming over the broken slabs, Cleda stumbles and falls into the water. Immediately she leaps up onto her feet and cries out, Father, the menhir is right here. It's the bridge itself, and it's clean. I stepped on it, and it's fine. Okay, she has no injuries now, that's good. You let out a sigh of relief, gods be praised. But why is it clean? Could running water be washing away the taint? In any case, we should not linger, but we will have a short rest on the island. Bring in the horses, stay together and keep your senses sharp. No yelling, sound travels far along water. Yeah, we need to touch it. You and your companions grope underwater for the cold menhir. When you touch it, relief washes over you, taking away all your pain and worries. By the looks on your companions' faces, they are experiencing the same feeling. Once on the island, Cleda calls out, Dad, look, there's a fresh grave, but there's no name, only this slab of stone from the ruins. There's something inscribed on it. You will not keep misfortune away. What could it mean? You wonder about this too, but not for long, as you hear branches crunching. Mabok, the leader of the cannibals, emerges out of the wood, panting. As you reach for your weapon, Mabok puts his hand in the air and cries out in pure Burkanan. Thorn, wait, listen to me first. Something in the cannibal's manner doesn't match and seems remotely familiar. If this is still Mabok, something incredible has happened to him. You decide to let the Vandal speak and lure him closer so that you won't have to chase him through the forest afterwards. What do you want, cannibal? Why are you tailing us? You've been following us from the White Tower. Are you hungry? How about a taste of steel? Do you remember what Drukid said? Open the locket. Don't take it off. Just look inside. You'll find a portrait and a name. Elska. That's right, that's my mother's name and portrait. Where did Drukid get this locket? And how did you learn of it? No time to explain. You don't need to know everything, for your own safety. I will tell you one thing though. Don't remove the locket. It can protect you. As for the knife, you'll have to surrender it to me. It is not for you to wield. What do you know about Brett's father? I know quite a bit. Brett himself knows bits and pieces. His father always remembered his son, and the woman who had borne him. Brett's desire to meet him equaled his father's pain of not being able to let it happen. This is true. I always had help, though it came in secret, through other people. It didn't make my mother's tears any sweeter, though. So you're not a cannibal. Who are you then? Trust me, the Mabok that was taunting you no longer exists. All that's left is this monstrous vessel before you. It serves Druid sorcery. I bet that the Mabok of the White Tower has never heard of Brett's mother. It's hard to imagine sorcery that does not die with the sorcerer, but nobody knew my mother's real name, apart from myself and my father, whom I never got to meet. Who is threatening him? Your father was a peculiar man. He had and still has peculiar enemies. They hunt people like you, because they don't want your father's kind to leave offspring. These are deadly foes. You know them as the Reapers. Whoa, as if the reaping, led by the same Reapers, from what I understand, wasn't bad enough. I'm getting my own private reaping. Is there anything else Brett should know? You cannot go past the water mania. This is the only place where you can cleanse yourself from the abominable sorcery that saturates the woods. You can catch your breath here, but you need to get to Opacum quickly. It's a clean place. There everything shall be decided. For now, just toss me the knife. Tossing him the package. Wait, what shall be decided in Opacum? You can't be talking about the war. We are no army. What can we do? Why do I have a feeling that something is driving me and my daughter to Opacum? Sometimes one man is worth an entire army. There must be a reason why the Reapers are hunting down the progeny of Druid and his kind. You should go to Opacum. I'll surely come too, or send someone in my stead, as Druid did. Some battles cannot be avoided. Well, what do you think? Suddenly, Mabok falters and you feel a strange numbness creeping over you. Your throat becomes dry in a flash. It feels very much like the spring equinox in Albius City Square. A silhouette appears before you. It seems that pilgrims are flocking to the wet stone. Healing is what you seek, is it not? And you are here, old friend. You already lost your body at the White Tower. Why draw calamity toward your offspring again? Are you not growing tired of meddling with humans? Fantastic, he's the father. What do you want, Adna? I go where I will. It is not your place to tell me who I should meddle with. You're not in Opacum, you're in my forest. It is not your place to argue with me, maggot. You may not want to point out your bastard, but he will stand out the moment I excanate you. Mawak attempts a reply, but his body becomes stiff, his eyes glaze over, and he drops dead. Are you the shepherd of this flock? Who is the Umbra's offspring here? I could not quite make it out. Tell me or I'll kill everyone. For whose sake did an Umbra let himself be excanated at the White Tower? I don't understand what you're talking about. The one who could understand has already sped off to seek a new body. He should be grateful. I rid him of such an ugly hulk. It will not do him any good, mind you. Nor you, unless you hide in Opacum. It's going to get dangerous here very soon. But won't it also be dangerous in Opacum? Or are you saying the reaping has no power over it? And just why are you so concerned about us anyway? The reaping reigns everywhere, but it doesn't yet rule. I'm not concerned, merely entertained. This mania is also thirsty for blood. Do not deprive it of its rightful offerings. The witch disappears. Dad, look, Gleda yells, pointing. They are about to attack. You turn around, gripping the hilt of your sword. A band of girls emerges from the copse of fir trees. They are not interested in friendly conversation. You've no choice but to fight. To arms. Well, we've got him back, Hote. And we can give him some health. And even more health. And he can level up as well. All damage received is dealt to energy. +2 to health. That's nice. Let's also increase our attack a little bit, and also the attack distance of bloodletting. That's nice. get some might, and let's increase the chance of using that. So it's good I gave him health, so he can use this power strike. Okay, but the battle will take in the next episode of Let's Play Clash of Gods. Thanks a lot for watching. Until then, bye for now.